camp, you better be sure that he's going to be available and ready to play. Larry, what's going on, Larry?
Hey, what's going on, Wendy? Chris, hey, it's the day after the Super Bowl day, and also y'all better say Happy Valentine's Day to them ladies, man, and make sure they taking care of the day. I want to touch on a couple of subjects, Indy. Someone called in, I can't remember who it was, that was saying that Jalen Ramsey wasn't a shutdown corner in the likes of Deion Sanders, right? And you know, we tend to want to try to stay in a certain place when we're talking about these dudes. The rules that Deion Sanders played under are not the same rules that Jalen Ramsey plays under. Defensively, you can't do anything that Deion and them was doing back then. But the beauty of Jalen Ramsey is he lines up every single Sunday and dare your ass to throw it on his side. And then he moves across the line of scrimmage. Wherever Jamar Chase went, Jalen went. So my whole thing is this. You got to respect game. Jalen Ramsey is a bad boy. Jamar Chase is a bad boy. It's football. You going to get beat sometimes. If that dude doesn't grab Jalen's face mask, he going to pick that off. That's an INT. He was going to get it. But then he come right back and make a play on the goal line. So we see, the thing is what I'll take 100 Jalen Ramseys on my squad because one thing I know, he talks the talk and he walks the walk. So that's what I like about him. And that Super Bowl was a damn good Super Bowl game, man, because you got a chance to see some very, very good players perform high in their craft. And I don't know who number 66 was for the Bengals. But when he pushed Aaron Donald over there on that sideline after he pushed Joe Burrow ass out of bounds, you woke up a sleeping giant because at that point Aaron Donald went absolutely crazy on the Bengals offensive line. And that's what dudes like that, they need that motivation. And when you wake up Aaron Donald, your ass gonna be put on skates like everybody on that line was. And then when Raheem Morris made the adjustment by putting them boys on the same side of the field, Indy, that lets you know exactly that these dudes was in tune on winning that Super Bowl when Von Miller and Aaron Donald was on the same side. It was a great game for me because I got a chance, just like I said, just to sit back and enjoy it. And as far as the halftime show, look, I heard all the comments about 50 Cent being fat. All I know is he pulled his ass up on that bar and hung upside down. And I try to go out there and get them pull-ups in, man, and I start crying. So, big shout-out to 50 who live in the H. And everything else about the halftime show, man, it was clean, it was fun. I don't get into all the Eminem bowing and kneeling and all that other stuff because I understand it. But let's just say, man, it was just a good day for football. It was a good week for football, a good whole playoff thing. And when we get into this conversation now that the season is over about Deshaun and where he going to go and all this other stuff, you just keep in mind, Indy, you asked the question, is Cincinnati here to stay? And you can answer that question because you know they got a franchise quarterback. And franchise quarterbacks get to the Super Bowl in our house.
Real quick, before you go, yeah. I know you have a life. You're very accomplished in your own industry. You have a beautiful family. But what is a guy so passionate about the sport? What do you do during this time? Is this where you get caught up on movie night with the wife? Or are you all in basketball and baseball if baseball even starts on time? Well, what does a guy like Larry do now that the season's over?
Well, that's a good question. And what I do is I start transitioning to my next favorite sport, which is baseball. And my son happens to be a left-hander, and he pitches, and be a left-hander, and he pitches. And so nice. We go into all his season stuff because now it's starting to ramp up. I'm getting caught up on, everybody have been telling me about Ted Lasso and all this other stuff. So I'm getting caught up on that, get caught up on movies. And then work just tends to just take me to do things that I need to go take care of. But as a fan, just a fan of sports in general, I like seeing different things happening. I like seeing different sports. Girls softball, I got one of my partner's daughters going to be one of the baddest catchers coming around, and I like knowing what she into. I saw University of Washington softball team had Ojo on there, and Ojo was killing that baseball all weekend, man. So I like, because it's the thing about it is, man, I like to be entertained. I like to be involved in stuff, man, because that's how living is supposed to be about, man. And as far as Jay calling in or about, the high school football stuff, your son, Booker T. Washington, Marshall, and all these athletes over there, it is an interesting subject because Houston and the surrounding areas have some of the best athletes in the country, and you ain't going to be able to beat it in our hall.
All right, appreciate that. Quick timeout.